Hello, everybody. This is Carla again, and this time I'm back with a review for episode 8 of season 3 of Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This episode is titled Many Heads, One Tail. And dude, dude, I'm honestly, I'm starting to kind of feel like I'm living in a parallel universe because there is no way every single freaking episode of this show is this good. Okay, it's been 8 episodes into the season, and I'm still waiting for like the really, really harsh like downslope to hit at any point. Like usually 8 episodes into the season, normal shows have already had like a good couple or three stinkers. Like those filler episodes, they're just completely uninteresting and have no redeemable qualities. Shield has none of that. Okay, I mean, yeah, some episodes have been less even paced than others, but so far they've all been pretty freaking awesome, and I'm kind of mind blown by that. Okay, I don't know how they're doing it, but all of a sudden, Shield is like one of the best shows on TV, and I'm like pulling my hair out every time I watch an episode because they're so intense and so. Ugh, I'm seriously like flabbergasted by this. It feels like it shouldn't be possible, but they keep doing it. So I don't. I'm just gonna warn you right now that this review might actually be like 35 minutes long because I have so much to say. So like this episode was so amazing, and I just have so much to say about it, and I don't even know where to start. Actually, no. I will start at the beginning because as soon as the first scene of the episode came up, which was the word scene and the word and Malik, that kind of told me that this episode was going to be one of those freaking amazing episodes. Because okay, yes, I know I've been whinging about Ward for like ever because I don't like it when Ward is actively trying to be like, oh, I'm the new head of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I just suddenly decided that. I woke up today and decided to be the new head, the new head of Hydra. It's like, dude, that's not a thing you suddenly decide. Okay, it takes a long, like, Hydra is the freaking biggest evil organization around, and you can just up and decide you're going to be the head of Hydra, even if all of Hydra is dead. That's something where you have to like build, you have to like work to get to that place. You don't just suddenly decide it. So I've been giving Ward some grief, but this episode, that's an understatement. This episode though reminded me of the parts of Ward that I really like. And the thing about Ward is that season 1 he was kind of blah. I mean, I liked him because I thought he was a good guy, and I thought he was a good guy, even if he wasn't terribly interesting. But when the turn came, and the heel turn came, I thought that made him more interesting, like way more interesting. I liked Evil Ward better than Good Ward. At the same time, though, like later on in season 2, when he, actively became evil, they just didn't do it the right way. This was the whole Agent 33 story arc, and like he was just walking around aimlessly, and then he suddenly decided he was going to be the head of Hydra, and I'm just like, this isn't the word I wanted to see. Okay, I want to see him be evil, but not stupid evil, if that's a thing, you know. So I was really glad that Malik came in, being a head of Hydra himself, and being someone who knows so much about Hydra and so much about the hierarchy and the history. He has weight. There's a weight to him. He looks like a head of Hydra. He talks like a head of Hydra. He knows what a head of Hydra should be. So I'm really glad that he's finally sitting Ward down and being like, hey, you upstart, you don't know what you're talking about. So that was good. On the other hand, I mean, Ward is an awesome bad guy. He's not. That's why I was so upset that their storylines for him in season 2 are kind of blah, because Ward, he's a heck of an agent. He's a heck of a spy. He's an amazing fighter. He kills without a thought. And that is the good part about Ward. That's what he should be. And that sequence after Malik left, when the dudes came in to try to kill him and he had to take them out all by himself, that reminded me, Ward is good. And obviously not good in a nice person kind of way, but good, a good fighter, a good agent, a good spy. I mean, he's good. He might not be the head of Hydra, but he's a good bad guy. And that's the kind of Ward that I want to see, So that reminded me of that. And I also liked that he even tortured the poor dude with a burner. I like that because one, they had a little throwaway line about him being a pyro when he was a kid. Yay, continuity! That is awesome. I like that. And second, because he's freaking psycho, so he would torture people. Of course he would, and he would get what he wants. He just doesn't know that what he wants isn't what he's expecting. He thinks he's looking for this vault because he's going to find the secret of Hydra that will enable him to become the head of Hydra, like the true head of Hydra. But he doesn't even know what he's getting into, So, I really, really liked Ward in here. I like that he had no consideration whatsoever for people's lives when he was on the plane, and he just blew off the door. And he was kind of almost relishing it. He was enjoying being evil. I like that. Like when he told the stewardess, whatever the name is right now, I can't remember, the flight attendant. Sorry to all flight attendants out there. When he told the flight attendant that she should buckle up because he was going to drop out into Germany, he was enjoying it. He likes being bad. He likes seeing people, their expressions turn scared when he reveals what he's doing. He likes that, and I like him doing that because I think it fits perfectly with his psycho personality. So that is the Ward I like to see. And now that he found the vault and he met Malik again, and Malik decided, hey, you're good. It's good that he recognizes that, because Ward is good. He's freaking good. He was hiding in plain sight for the whole of season 1. Nobody ever thought the spy would be him. He had us all blindsided, completely blindsided. So Ward is good, and he would be a heck of a great, second in command. But still a second in command. That's what I like. It's like Malik is offering him a post, kind of in Hydra, like high up, because he is that smart. He knows when to get the job done. He has the right instincts when to trust people and when not to trust people. And I like that Malik offered him a job. I do just still like that he, I like that Malik is still going to be like the head. Like, he's still like, Ward, Padawan, just sit there and learn. I like that, because I don't think Ward is ready. I don't know that he'll ever be ready to actually become what Malik is right now. Okay, Malik is like beyond Ward, and I like that they accept that, but at the same time I like the fact that they recognize that Ward is freaking good at what he does, and that he's freaking psycho too, so I like that. Wow, it's been 9 minutes and I've just talked about Ward. This thing is gonna be long. I'm so sorry, guys, but I am seriously like fangirling so hard about this episode. Another thing I like, just the whole plan. I still don't know about Coulson. I don't know how to feel about that, because on the one hand, yes, I am glad that he wasn't completely taken over by his feelings for Ross. I like it. On the other hand, I don't know that sleeping with her is the best thing to do. It's like he told Mac he told Mac, like, do you really think I'm that guy? Sorry, Coulson, now I really do think you're that guy. Like, was that necessary? You know? Was it all part of a plan, or did he just like, get drawn in for that second before remembering, oh wait, I can't trust her? It's it's kind of iffy. And I mean, I'm glad that he didn't completely trust her, because that's what he should have done from the beginning. But at the same time, I don't know, too little, too late. You know, that they could have been raiding her base like a long time ago if he just hadn't been so taken in with her. Um, I don't know. Um, Congrats to everybody who told me that I shouldn't be so hasty about Ross. It seems like you were right. I guess she's not bad. I guess she didn't know. Um, and again, I like Ross, so I'm glad to see that she wasn't the bad guy. I had that feeling with her initially, so I was hoping for it. I just last episode, like my instinctive reaction was, "Damn, she's evil." I'm glad to see that she's not. I love Rosalind. Like I still, even though I'm kind of iffy on the whole Coulson thing, I still like their banter. I mean, I think I don't know. I love the way like this whole episode when they were bantering like back and forth with each other and flirting, and it was so organic, and I love that. Like I love them together. I'm never sure of their motivations. First with Rosalind, now with Coulson. So I mean, I hope that now we know that she's not evil, that she can actually forgive Coulson for being a D-bag. Because seriously, I'm sorry, that's what he was. Um, so, I don't know. I mean, either way, I like the whole plan. I like Coulson's idea. First of all, I like that Mac called him out. Because I remember that that's kind of what Mac is there for. Like, that's why he decided to stay. Because he feels that somebody needs to keep Coulson in check. And, keep calling him out when he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing. So I'm glad that they went back to that with Mac. Mac is growing on me, honestly. Like, at the beginning, I was kind of like, meh, whatever, he's there. But now he's growing on me. I like him. I like that he doesn't miss anything. Like he's seeing things, and he's measuring when to intervene. So I like that about him. Good going back. Just the whole plan of it, I liked the way they infiltrated the ATCU. I mean, come on, the Bobby and Hunter thing, that was just hysterical. Okay, I mean, Hunter as a hacker, are you serious? That was insane. And then wearing the hoodie and the glasses and like the Kill the Yanks t-shirt. And the dude's like, oh, are you a Red Sox fan? And he's like, Red Coats fan, more like. That was hysterical. And his password was, like, his username was God Save the Queen. Oh my god. Hunter is so great. I love Hunter. Like, again, it took a while for him to grow on me, but right now, like, out of the trio of Hunter, Bobby, and Mac, Hunter is my favorite. Like, I'm really looking forward to that spin-off that they're supposedly planning. Because just Hunter alone would be hysterical to watch. He's so great. And Bobby, she's no slouch either. She was awesome. I loved the batons, the retractable batons. That was fantastic. Um, and just she's awesome. She's awesome all the time. It's incredible. And on the other side of the operation, there was Sky, and I a lot of people still kind of snicker at the idea that Sky started off as a hacker, like an activist hacker kind of stuff. Like people just kind of snicker at that idea and think, oh, now that she's an agent, she's so much cooler. I like the fact that Sky was a hacker. I mean, maybe she wasn't as awesome back then as she is now, but I like it when we have callbacks to her days as a hacker because it was useful. I'm sorry. I mean, I know that for the first few episodes, like in season 1, she didn't really do that much with her hacking skills or whatever. They're really useful now. And I love that parallel of like Hunter starting to speak and then us like snipping back to the to Sky where she was like feeding him the lines, and back to Hunter where he's just like repeating them, parroting out. That was funny, and I really like the fact that they had these throwbacks um to Daisy's Sky. I've been calling her Sky, haven't I? To Daisy's hacker days, because it goes to show she really is useful as a hacker. Maybe it didn't seem that way at the beginning, but she really is. I mean, she's not there to just kick ass and look awesome doing it. She can also help, from the inside, kind of. And then on the other side of it, there was May and Lincoln, which that was kind of odd. I mean, I like the idea that Lincoln is staying. I don't know that Coulson should have let him go on a mission since he's not even trained. Like, he doesn't even know S.H.I.E.L.D. protocol at all. He's just there, So, so when May was like, I want him, and Coulson was like, oh, okay. I was like, really? That was kind of weird. But I did like the fact that that May apologized to him, honestly, because yeah, I mean, a lot of people were kind of needling on Lincoln since like last episode, because he kind of went Leroy Jenkins on the thing. Like, he just started acting without following instructions. And yeah, okay, it wasn't his best moment, but you have to take into account his frame of mind at the time, too. Like May said, Andrew or Lash tried to kill him, killed a bunch of his friends, and he's not trained, he's not an agent, so of course he would be led by emotion rather than actual protocol. Not that that's an excuse. I mean, he should have known that they had it under control, I guess, but I like that May doesn't hold it against him, and I hope that since May doesn't hold it against him, that people will ease off on freaking Lincoln, because he can be a cool character if they let you kind of see it. I don't think we've had the time to really explore Lincoln. Hopefully, now that he's with S.H.I.E.L.D., we'll see a little bit more of that, but I can only hope. I really like Lincoln. I think he's great. Hopefully more people will see that as the episodes go on. And again, it's a moment of more vulnerability for May, so that's always welcome. Yeah, I can only imagine how she feels, right? But then, like, the biggest part of the episode for me was the fact that, well, no, I lied. That's not the biggest part of the episode, but, like, the last boom moment for me was the fact that they basically just single-handedly changed the entire history of Hydra in Marvel in one episode. Like, and I'm not just talking about the cinematic universe, I'm talking about everything. Like, all of a sudden, I mean, Hydra being founded by the Nazis in World War II, that's kind of a big deal. That's Marvel history written in stone, basically. I like that S.H.I.E.L.D. is kind of not hinting, they're pretty much explicitly saying that Hydra is way beyond that, and I love that. I love that because I love it when all the threads connect, And again, it gives Malik a reason to kind of lord it over Ward, so that's always good, but I like it when all the threads connect, and I love how they are handling this thing. Like, it brings together not just the ATCU, but the Inhumans. Like, the fact that they know Inhumans exist, and they've known for a long time. This isn't a new thing. So in a sense, now there's an out now for the Inhumans movie to say, hey, this happened thousands of years ago. It's just been kept, quiet this entire time. And they don't even have to mention Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. if they don't have to. It's just this is a conspiracy that has been going on for a long, long time. It also brought together, the whole will thing with Fitz and Simmons, and it brought them together, the fish oil and the ATCU, and I mean, I think it's kind of dumb for Rosalind to just give Malik free reign over the science division and never even request to go in there. I mean, contamination, sure, there are hazmat suits for that. I do think it's kind of silly. But I believe it from Hydra, and if they've been studying the effects of the fish oil, or the fish oil on the Inhuman. I like that they've been experimenting on their own people. Like, it was all ATCU people who got the fish oil. Most of them died. I guess some of them survived. But I like the idea that there's a bigger conspiracy before all of this. And I think just the idea that it's all related to the monolith and to this other world that Simmons was in. And they've been trying to get this superhuman, or I guess now we know he's an inhuman, back from that deserted blue world that they've been trying for centuries. Like, it brings back the idea of that secret, I don't know, cult meeting they had a couple episodes ago when they sent, like in the 1800s, when they sent someone through the portal. Like, now I know why they sent them through the portal. Like, it wasn't just a sacrifice for the sake of sacrifice. It was because they were searching for something, and they just could never get back to, prove it. And I like that it gives Hydra a reason to come back against S.H.I.E.L.D. one more time. Because, of course, Hydra's fractured, so it's pretty much every man for themselves. And the only reason the Ward wants to come back to S.H.I.E.L.D., like against S.H.I.E.L.D., is because of, a desire for revenge. But it gives the organization, and not just the one man, a reason to try and, butt heads with S.H.I.E.L.D. again. Because S.H.I.E.L.D. knows how to get back. They know. They got someone back, and they're planning to get Will back. And I mean, I was freaking out about this since before it was even revealed, because when in that scene with Simmons and Fitz at the end, when she's like, "Are you seeing what I'm seeing?" and she was there was like a shot of the paper, of the photocopy, kind of at an angle. From that moment I was like, damn, is that the Hydra symbol? Like, from that moment I started freaking out. I could not stay put in my seat. Like, I was just moving and trying to let off energy because I just wanted to know if that was true or not. And when they finally revealed it, I'm like, oh my freaking god. Like, they just completely changed the history of comics, okay? It's like, wow. Wow, every time I think about it, I'm like, wow. I mean, it was kind of huge enough that they were the first ones to reveal the Inhumans as part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But now this goes back to comics, man. I mean, that beginning of Hydra is so iconic because we all think Red Skull right away. So it's kind of mind blown. I don't even know. But I love that they brought together like so many threads, just in one single episode, in one single scene. Really, it was awesome. So oh wow, I feel like I run a marathon. I really do. Like, my heart is beating so fast. But okay, I have to plow through, because the last thing I want to mention, which is like the big thing for me in this episode, was of course Fitz and Simmons. I'm dying. I'm freaking dying. Okay. I First of all, okay, let me take a breather for a second and just say Fitz is the best man in this freaking planet. Okay, and I know he's fictional. I know. It's okay. I'm just praying to God that I find my own Fitz at some point in my life, because that man is like above and beyond everything everyone else in this universe has ever done. Ever been. Okay? He's so good. He's just so good. I can't even handle it. And I totally know why Gemma reacted the way she did, because I would feel so overwhelmed by guilt too. Like, because she knows she's hurting him. She knows. And she's confused. She can't give him an answer because she's so confused, but she knows it's hurting him. And she knows it's asking way too much of him to just be okay with all of this, and what's more, even help her with all of this, because it hurts him. And I know it's not, like, I know she didn't necessarily want him to fall in love with her, like, she didn't ask him to do that, but she knows he loves her, and she feels like she's leading him on in a way, and she knows it hurts him to just even think about the existence of Will. So she feels guilty for even asking this of him. So I totally understand when she's like, "No, stop being so good." It's ugh. I would be the same way too, Gemma. I feel you, Gemma. I would be the same way, and at the same time, Fitz is just so. I mean, they managed to make him so good, but at the same time, so real. Because it's not like he didn't look. He wanted to hate Will. I'm sure he wanted to. But Will seems like a good guy, so rationally he understands that there's no reason for him to hate Will other than the fact that Gemma loves him. And that Fitz just can't do that. He's a good person, and Will is in a terrible situation. So of course, being a good person, Fitz is gonna want to do everything he can to bring Will back, just like he would anyone else. Like he would, if someone else were stranded on that planet, he would do everything he can. And that scene, God, that scene was just so great, because he's like, "We're cursed." I'm so glad they didn't say star-crossed, by the way, because one, it would have been a horrible pun considering Gemma was stuck in a different planet with several suns, and it would have been a horrible pun. And two, star-crossed is so overdone by now. Like, I'm a Hunger Games fan. I appreciated it then because it's a dystopian world, so Romeo and Juliet aren't really, a thing. But it's done. It's been done, so I'm glad he said we're cursed, because it does feel that way. It's a matter of timing. Season 1, when it started to seem like they were getting somewhere, they were thrown into the bottom of the ocean by Ward. So, no go there. Season 2, when it seemed like they were going to get somewhere, Gemma gets sucked in. First, Fitz has all these problems with his brain capabilities and whatnot, and Gemma's feeling guilty as heck, so she stays away. And then when she finally understands that she can't just stay away, that she should be there for him, that it's not her fault, but she should be there for him, she gets sucked into a freaking portal to another planet. And I feel like that was for us, like for the Fitzsimmons shippers, because we've been waiting since day one. Okay, we've been waiting, and it's an acknowledgement that just the timing for them has been the issue. The writers know it, and Fitz knows it, and it's just a question of timing for them. But it's been such a bad timing. There's always something. So I love that scene. I love that Fitz pretty much, admits it. It's like, we're cursed. We could have happened a long time ago, but when we decided it was a good thing, then it didn't happen. And now it seems like it's never going to happen. So he knows that, he feels that, just like we do, and that's amazing. And then, and then he starts like, yeah, why shouldn't you love him? He's a hero. He's great. He helped you, live through months in a deserted planet, like with monsters and stuff, when you were feeling so alone. And of course you would love him, because he understands that when people are in difficult times, they bond. Like it's something you just can't. It's something you just can't deny, and it's not like that is not real. It is real feelings, and that's why Gemma is so confused, and Fitz knows that. He knows that. And then Gemma's like, obviously, because always since the beginning, Fitz would say things about himself and put himself down, and Gemma is his number one defender. I mean, she knows how great he is. She sees it. That's why she loves him. So, of course, when he's saying, like, yeah, of course you would love Will, because, he helped you with this, and he was amazing, and Gemma's like, you leaped through a freaking hole in the universe to go rescue me, and I am just sitting in my bed screaming, okay? I'm just screaming, and then they kiss, and I scream even more, and I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. It was such an amazing scene. It was such an amazing scene. I don't know that it's actually progress, because again, the Will thing is still there. It hasn't gone anywhere. They haven't gotten Will back, and until they get Will back, I don't think there's going to be any resolution for this thing, because I don't think Gemma can legitimately choose Fitz until she knows that the Will thing isn't a real possibility. So until they get Will back, I don't think this is actually going to be resolved. But that scene, man, oh my god, I don't even, oh god, like my poor shipper heart is like so tired of beating out of my chest, like the entire freaking episode. I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm like blown away by that scene, by the episode. It was fantastic. Like, remember when I said that the episode where Gemma was stranded on another planet was my favorite? It might have competition. I'm not sure. Like, this episode, I'll get back to this when I'm less hyped up and I can actually analyze that coherently, but I think this episode was just great in all levels. It really was. And okay, I've been talking for 33 minutes. I'm gonna try and wrap it up, but just needless to say, my mind is blown by how amazing S.H.I.E.L.D. is being this season. Like, every episode is just boom, 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 and I don't even know how my brain can take it. It's like every other episode, I feel like my brain is going to explode. So amazing episode, just great on so many levels. On the emotional, on the plot. Freaking Hydra, dude. Just all the characters were handled so well. I'm still iffy on Coulson, but we'll come back to that. And just all around amazing episode. The action, just the feeling of hanging onto the edge of my seat the entire time. I love that. And I can't wait to see what it is they're just planning on doing with Andrew, because, are they going to send him through the portal? Like, does that little small monolith somehow fit Andrew's entire thing? I guess laws of physics don't apply, but I really want to see what they can do, and if they expect that they can bring Andrew back where everybody else failed, because obviously that's what they're trying to do. Sending in Inhumans, sorry, sending in Inhumans to see which one of them makes it back, which is hilarious because Gemma's not an Inhuman, and she made it. But Gemma and Fitz are kind of on a different level, so whatever. This was an amazing episode. That's all I'm gonna say, because if not, I will, just gush about it for 35 more minutes. So that's it for my review today, and be sure to stop by our website, thegeekypub.com, to see more Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. reviews. We have all of this season, all of the previous season. And we also have reviews for other TV shows, for books, for movies, for games. We have a ton of stuff in there, so be sure to visit and check it out. And I will see you guys in my next review. I am so sorry that this one is so long, but I need to vent. Bye!